Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the DonHollywood Show. We have a very special guest. We have my beautiful and amazingly talented
Whoa!
fiance, Emily Lynn, soon to be Spellman.
Currently freeze.
Soon to be Spellman.
This is clearly a fight that we have all the time.
I mean, if I'm going to get used to saying it, I might as well get started now, a few
No,
months ahead of time.
no. You're not
wouldn't-
supposed to say it till
Oh my gosh.
we're married. Same thing with the wedding bands. You're not supposed to wear them until we are bound by legal paperwork.
Where's my engagement ring? Why do you only get one?
What? Because that is how times work.
Why can't I wear an engagement ring? You know I love jewelry.
You have enough rings. You could wear a engagement ring.
But I want one specially made for me.
Specially made?
Yeah, that you bought for me instead.
I'll get you one of the normal, silver bands.
Okay.
You already have a diamond ring.
Diamonds are forever,
Yes.
and you're my diamond.
Ooh. That was clever.
I try, as you guys can see why she's marrying me. So, everybody knows you.
Yes.
You got all these followers online, but do they actually know you, the person? Why were we tossing and turning so much last night? I love that I slept great last night. I'm on God mode today. And
I slept like trash.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fine.
I'll give you more backy scratchies tonight, and you can.
That's so kind of you.
I try. You can get to bed during the Braves game while I'm
We
hooting
did
and
that
hollering.
during the Braves game.
But back to what I was saying.
Yes.
They don't actually know you,
Yeah.
really. So my goal today is to maybe get people to know a little bit of your backstory and what led you to this point here with me here in South Carolina.
What do we got?
Okay.
10 years to talk?
Well, a lot of people do know you for your dancing.
Everybody knows about my dancing. That's all
Yes.
that we talk about.
For the most part, yes. So when exactly did you start dancing? And was it something that you wanted to do, or was it something that your parents put you into?
Line dancing?
No, just dancing in general.
Oh, well, I don't think I had a choice. I was 2 years old.
You're talking to me as if I know. They don't know.
Oh.
I know that.
I was 2 years old.
I'm interviewing you today, okay?
Oh,
I know your entire life.
I'm not good at this whole interviewing thing.
So when did you start dancing? And is it something you wanted to do, or is it something that your parents just put you into?
Well, I was 2,
Okay.
and I was in preschool.
So you don't really remember then?
So my mother was just, oh no, I remember crying and throwing tantrums.
Oh.
I was just kind of put into it. Like every parent does. Every parent puts their daughter in a dance when they're a baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a rite of passage. You must do it. However, I won't be doing it, but you must do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just kind of stuck with it. And then line dancing was entirely my choice.
It was or was not?
It was.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Line dancing was entirely my choice.
Okay, but
I was
you
8.
started dancing and doing ballet as a child?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long did you do, were you a ballet dancer?
I did it for 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
And why'd you stop?
why'd I stop?
Mm-hmm.
Well, outside of injuries, wasn't a fan.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Just fell out of love with it.
I was like, eh.
Did you ever feel like you really loved it? Or did you just...
Yeah, I mean, the thing that a lot of people don't understand about dance is there's a lot of physics behind dance. There's a lot of construing of your body. There's a lot of different ways to move. There's a lot of ways that your body moves in tandem with a different part that make it work. And so I love the physics of dance. I love the muscular of dance. I love the fact that it looks very delicate, but it's really not at all. So I do love dance.
Okay. So, I was curious. Is it something that you just, really enjoyed, or did you, just really love it?
No, I really love dance. My issue with dance has nothing to do with dance in itself. My issue with dance has everything to do with the way that it's portrayed and the fact and the pressure that they put on people. I don't love the business of dance, I guess is what I should say.
What sort of pressure did you feel, and What sort
Well,
of business of dance were you involved in?
I think it's the pressure of anything involved in dance. If you make a part in something or if you get a contract in something, you're not allowed to change anything about yourself from the moment that you sign that contract. You can't cut your hair, you can't dye your hair, you can't add anything to your body. Literally can't do anything. Like that's it. You have to stay exactly how you look. That is the reason why they hired you. Almost everybody deals with that if you're trying to go into a professional dance career. It's most of the reason why a lot of people like don't dye their hair and don't cut their hair their entire lives because they're trying to be in the entertainment industry. So that is a pretty grueling thing,
Yeah.
especially when you are growing up and you do want to experience things and to try things and to change that you can't, like you literally can't. And then outside of that, I mean, I just don't love like the dance culture, the idea behind not being able to eat, not being able to weigh more than a certain amount, not being able to fit into certain things. I mean, like it's to the point where a lot of people feel like even your ribs are too wide. And that's a part of your body. You can't change that.
So that's something that you were doing, as a teenager. They were telling you can't do your hair, or
Well, that's yeah. I mean, that's just the fact of it. You just can't do like
Gotcha.
you can't change anything about yourself. So then on top of that, I mean, yeah, I mean, you just are never look enough. But I think my biggest issue had nothing to do with danceability or dance. I just don't. I'm not social. So I'm social if I'm comfortable, but I'm not a social person. So I'm very social around the people that I'm comfortable with, but outside of that, I'm not. So I don't.
which is why you're with me, because I can talk to a wall.
Yeah, and I don't like I quit cheer. I almost quit dance. I quit hip hop dance. And some other like random different dance classes that I want to take. I never did because I was so scared to talk to people. So I didn't. Like my mom would have to force me into the room
Yeah.
to be like, you're going to like this. Just get over the fear of being around 30 other people.
Well, not that you're getting older, do you feel like you've evolved out of that at all? You feel like you're more comfortable talking to people now?
I don't know. I try to be. People, I mean, I am very nice. Like, everybody loves to approach me. I am very bubbly. But I feel like, and you probably don't know this because you never did theater, but in, like, the theater world, they call it a fourth wall. So when you're looking out, you're never actually looking at anybody in the audience. You're looking over them and you're looking past them, but it makes it look like you're looking at everybody in the audience.
Yeah.
So they call it, like, the fourth wall. I view that in my life. Like, I feel like there's me over here who's, like, bubbly and all this stuff, and then there's a wall. So, like, people can look at me and see me, and I understand why I'm approachable, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it when people come talk to me, but I still feel like I'm on this other side of the wall, and everybody else is over there.
Yeah, because they don't actually know you. They just
Yeah.
they like you for what they see on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's what they know you for, so they just want to talk to you about dance.
Yeah.
Or maybe, maybe some sort of lifestyle post you had made.
And, like, don't get me wrong. I do love dance. However,
There's a lot more
there's
to
a lot more that I love.
Like, you could be stressing out about wedding planning, for example.
Yeah.
And, or maybe you had a tough work week or something,
Yeah.
and you're out at a concert or something along those lines, and somebody recognizes you and they want to come and talk to you. And maybe you're not in the best frame of mind.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, I love watching you do the X, Y, and Z online. And you're like, okay, man, I'm really struggling right now with like this wedding planning going on right now. I'm trying to make sure I get everything in order. So it is tough to be like, you don't know this person and you want to give them what they see online.
Yeah.
But it's not all of you.
Yeah, and I think also for me, like, the older I've gotten, the more I've been okay with being a loner. Like, I don't need friends.
Yeah.
I don't need a bunch of people around me. I don't need people to talk to me. I'm very okay with nobody talking to me, really. And that's why, like...
Shouldn't say nobody, because you like it when I talk to you.
Well, yes, when you talk to me, but I'm saying,
if I don't
like...
talk to you for a while, you
Then
panic.
I got a problem, but you're my person. You're the
Yeah.
other half. I'm saying, like, the outside world.
Yeah.
Like, I used to want friends and want people to talk to me, and now I'm just kind of like, eh. But that's why, like, I've always loved going to the beach or, paddleboarding or kayaking or hiking or all of these things, but I didn't realize till I was older I loved them because when you do them, they're quiet and there's nobody around you.
Yeah.
And so it's very like serene.
Mm.
And I've realized that that is why I like all of those things.
Makes sense.
Because it's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a reason why you like the quietness of it?
Well, yeah, there's a whole lot going on up here.
And why is there a whole lot going on there, do you think?
I don't know. Probably do a brain study. I'm not so sure.
Well, what kind of things are running through your mind?
Everything.
Hmm.
It's like running 1,000,000 miles a minute up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got everything going on in my brain. Like I told you, we go through this hurricane because it's, I don't know what day it is. It's Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through Helene, right? And I kid you not. And he's sitting here wondering why I can't sleep and why I'm stuck awake. And I'm telling him, this is what's going through my brain. Okay, if a tornado comes at us, I have to figure out how to get you up, how to get Patrick out, how to get the 2 cats, how to get everybody in clothes and ready and put into a closet that we're not all going to fit in, and somehow also have food and water in there and do all of this before the tornado hits us.
Meanwhile, I just put earplugs in and went back to sleep.
But that is my brain. I run 1,000,000 miles a minute. I run every situation. I run everything about anything over and over and over and over and over again. It doesn't shut up. That's why I love quiet things.
I'm surprised you fall asleep so quickly, considering...
Because I'm so tired.
Okay.
My brain just doesn't stop. And then once my head hits a pillow, I'm out. Done.
Okay.
I run myself to exhaustion.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
at what point did you start line dancing? 'Cause that's what a lot of people do fall in for. And
Yeah. I started line dancing at 8 around Christmas time. I actually found a picture. I was like, whoa, my style was a little something back then. But I started line dancing when I was 8. My home bar did family night. So we used to go with my dad. And so we would go line dance. And then my brother would skateboard outside. And yeah. And then I just kind of stuck with it. We took a very small break from it when Cowboys closed down. And then, because we switched from Roundup to Cowboys. And Cowboys closed down for money laundering.
Oh.
And so, yeah. And so, and they didn't really have a kids' night. We would just go in early enough, and then they wouldn't kick us out with my dad. So, and I was 15. And then I moved full-time to West Palm Beach. And then Renegades also did kids' nights. And so then I went to Renegades from 16 till I moved here.
Yeah. So you were line dancing. At what point did you start doing, like, partner dancing?
I don't know if I ever really did what you would now consider partner dancing. Like, I two-stepped, and they did real progressive two-step down in South Florida. But that I didn't, like, I did the cha-cha with my dad from the time I was 8.
Yeah.
Like, I did all the cowboy chas.
And was there, like, a song you enjoyed dancing with your dad, too?
Yeah, it's called, I call it Black Dress. It's, like, the nickname for it. But it's, I don't know. It's a song, but I call it Black Dress. But that's the song that he taught me the cha-cha to, and it's always been my favorite cowboy cha song. But so that I did, and then the older I got, the more I started doing like two-step, but none of the kids really did two-step. Like the kids would do the cha-cha with their parents. So, and then all the kids together would line dance. So it wasn't until I was older, till I started going to Renegades, that I started doing swing. And even at that, it was like actual triple swing.
Yeah.
It wasn't the country swing that there is now. And then when I was older, when I was like 20 and I went back to Roundup, I started doing like progressive two-step.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So as you got a little bit older, into your later teens, early 20s, and you start dating, now, was there ever like a conscious thought in your brain of like, man, I love dance, it's such a big part of my life, I want to find somebody who enjoys doing this also? Or was it just like, hey, if they like dancing, great, if not, what were your thoughts?
It was kind of like, if I liked it, I liked it. And if they liked it, they liked it. If they didn't, I really didn't care.
Yeah.
However, I did give up going to Renegades for, I think, 8 months, 9 months. Because my ex hated it. So we didn't go. Yeah. So I gave it up for like 8 months. I would line dance at home, and I would still go like out on family nights sometimes, but I would go alone.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. But I never really wanted to date anybody that danced for a long time. And then you came along.
What about me? What happened?
You're cool.
Oh, I'm cool.
You're a cool dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you who are watching who may not know, kind of give us a walkthrough of the night that you saw me and met me. What was going through your mind?
Oh, I don't know. As we know, I don't talk to many people. So I was in the bar and I hang out, and I used to hang out in this one little corner of Roundup. I didn't really like hang out with anybody, and they tried. Like there was a whole group that kept trying to get me to hang out with them, and it wasn't that I didn't like them or didn't want to hang out with them. I just preferred to be alone. That's just who I am. And then I would go out, dance, joke around with people, and I would go back to my little corner. And so I was hanging out in my corner, and I saw John Paul, who, but I saw him, and you were with him, and I was like, who is this person in my bar? And then you were like sitting at the table, and I kept like looking over at you, and I was like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know. And then I went up to the DJ booth and hung out up there, and then I saw you go with all the people, like the whole group. And I was kind of like, who is this guy? So then after a while, I think it was like, I don't know, 2 hours into the night, I finally was like, okay, I'm going to go introduce myself. And then I think I even stood like off to the corner of you for like 5 minutes before I actually talked to myself to go hi. 5 minutes to say a word.
Wow.
Not even a 2-syllable word.
Wish we'd get in a picture that night.
Yeah. But then a song came on and you were like, ooh, I know this one. So you went out to the dance floor. I didn't even say a word. I just left. I went right out the door. I know you remember what you wore that night. I don't remember what I was wearing.
I have pictures from the night, but we didn't talk that long that night.
Yeah. I don't no idea what I wore that night.
So, as we've discussed before, we follow each other on social media not long after that, and we started messaging each other.
Staying up till 2 a.m.
Yeah, staying from 2 a.m. So, what was it about me that you were, attracted to, and why did you want to talk to me so much?
Well, I don't know. For what I thought you were attractive.
Thanks.
Of course.
Thought you were pretty
But
too.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, you were easy to talk to. So there wasn't like I didn't feel weird talking to you, which is weird for me because it takes me a lot to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So it wasn't weird for me to talk to you. And then on top of, I don't know, there was just something about you that I was like, I like him. I couldn't tell you what it was then. But something in my brain was like, this is a cool guy.
Yeah. Well, before we started dating, what did you have what was in your mind of what you wanted in a partner? What things were really important to you?
To be honest, at that point, I was pretty let down by anybody with a male part. So I don't really know what I needed or what I expected. All I knew was that I wasn't going to take being used again. I think that's why I was so persistent on like the what are we with you, because I had allowed to be put in a situationship so many times to turn out that I was just being used. And that I wasn't somebody that they were ever going to end up with. Yeah. And so in the end, they would use something against me to then break my heart so that I didn't stick around anymore. So I wasn't going to let that happen anymore. So I think that's kind of where I was at with everything, because I'd given my all to people that didn't deserve it and faked reciprocating it to me. So yeah, I don't know if that answers that question, but that was
a little.
But I don't know. I think I was really I just wanted somebody that I could hang out with and that, wanted the same things as me and wanted a family. Like, it really had I don't know if it really had anything to do with dance. Like, that was a bonus that you line danced and that I could dance with you. Because I do love, I do love doing that. But I really don't know if it had anything to do with that. I think it was more so like that I felt comfortable with you and that it was easy to talk to you and that I could just be myself. Like, I could be weird and not worry about being weird.
You're fun. I don't think you're weird.
Well, yeah, but most people think I'm weird.
That's because you're comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't mind being silly and goofy and not worry about what other people think about you.
Oh, I'm always silly and goofy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I turn it up to 100 when the camera comes out. It's usually at about 60.
Yeah.
The camera comes out, I'm like, let's do this thing.
It's very true. Well, what was I going to say?
Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, you're just making it worse by saying that.
Cue the Jeopardy music.
Do you remember when we were talking about moving you up here?
Well, yes.
Because we were doing long distance for.
We were doing long distance. Yeah. Oh my God, we were driving I was driving 5 hours.
3.5 for me, yeah.
Yeah, to Jacksonville
or 4.5.
I'm pretty sure every other week. It was close.
Well, no, we only done it 3 times, I think.
We did it 4 times.
We did not go to Jacksonville 4 times together. Because you came up here twice. You flew up here twice.
Hold on. Because we started talking.
And we went to Orlando the first time.
We went to Orlando, and then we went to Gainesville.
And then Jacksonville the same
weekend.
weekend.
And then Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went there 3 times.
Yeah.
And you flew up here.
And then I flew up here.
Yep. I mean, you would always stay up here way longer than you were supposed
to. Oh,
to.
yeah. It was a 3-day trip that turned into like 12.
Yeah, you quit your job the first time.
I did quit my job the first time. I really did do that. That's when I started nannying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. I just went with my gut. Because it is scary. I never lived anyway before. So it is scary inviting somebody else into your home because you feel comfortable and you feel like it's going to work. But then you're like, okay, well, this person's going to have to move to a completely different state and not be around their family anymore just to be with me. So, like, I don't want to do that to them unless I'm 100% sure.
Yeah.
But, the older I got, the more I realized just to listen to my gut because the way I felt in my gut always ended up being right.
Yeah.
So even though I was very nervous because I didn't know what the future held, I took a lot of solace in the fact of, like, I just felt comfortable, you know what I mean? Like, of thinking about you being here all the time. Because, being around you has always made me feel comfortable and, made me feel
because we went in the
peaceful. Yes.
2 peas in a pod.
Yes, you are 100% my best friend. So there's nothing I can not, I tell you everything. You know what I mean? And just always have felt very comfortable being around you and talking to you. It's just something that, because I have a lot going on in my mind also, right? And so just being around you has always felt peaceful. Like there's chaos in the world around me. Being around you just gives me a lot of peace.
Oh, that was really sweet.
Just the truth.
Thank you. You too. You bring me peace.
Yes.
You make me feel less crazy.
Well, you're not crazy.
Well, thank you. Exactly. You make me feel less crazy.
There's nothing crazy about you.
I'm crazy in love.
And the fact you're very normal, but and you're fun. But a lot of people, they get upset when people want to talk to them all the time and they're a little clingy. And you are clingy, but I like that. Like,
yeah.
I wanted somebody.
He didn't like that at first.
Something I didn't like it at first. It is weird because like I said, you think that you want it, and then when it actually happens, or somebody talks to you, you gotta realize, I would literally hit send to you, and as soon as I hit send, it was open. It says Emily Lynn is typing, and I would just have to put my phone away because otherwise you would always respond. You were the fastest texter back I've ever met in my life, so I wouldn't get anything done. I'd be at work, and it's not like, hey, I'll put this in my pocket and check back in 3 to 5 minutes, and she'll have responded. It's like, okay, send,
right
and then I'm like, oh, she's already typing, so now I'm looking back at the phone.
You say you couldn't get anything done because of me.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also just crazy that after you moved here, a day or two after my dad went to the hospital,
Yep.
had to have quadruple bypass
Yep.
surgery. So that was the toughest moment of my life. So it was so weird going from having you here, being excited about that and getting used to that. Because if you've never had anybody live with you before,
Yep.
it's a big lifestyle change. Because now I have to share my closet with you. I have to share everything with you. I have to get you a dresser, and I gotta be comfortable with you not putting clothes away for 3 to 4 days.
I knew it was coming.
So there's things that and
And I used to be such a laundry stickler.
you are, but I mean, we also have a lot going on. We're sitting here doing a podcast. You're editing, all this stuff. You're working. We're going to the gym,
And I
bottom
think-
studio, getting married.
And I think part of the problem is that, like, if we had a laundry room that I could have a countertop and whatnot, I would fold all my laundry in there before it even enters this room. The problem is that it enters this room. Because the moment I'm done with work and we're done with everything and we come back home and I come upstairs, I'm like, good, bedtime.
Yep.
I'm not like, let me sit on the floor and fold my clothes for the next hour.
It doesn't take an hour.
Yes, it does. Do you see the amount of clothes that are back there?
Yeah, you have 3 loads of laundry, and I put them all in the closet.
He
because
puts them all in the
I just don't want to
closet.
see them. I'm
Yeah.
such a neat freak. I vacuum probably twice a week.
Twice a week, twice a day.
Well, it depends on the cats if they
Yeah.
play around. Because
Yeah.
the kitties, if they decide to wrestle each other up here, then you get all the cat hair. So I have to vacuum that because I'm not gonna sit around and look at that. So I'm very much a clean freak. So
Don't call yourself a freak.
I like cleanliness.
You like cleanliness.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
I think it's a great thing.
Does make you a freak.
Especially when we have friends over, I want them to see a very clean house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to look like a mess. I'm very
Exactly.
organized. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but we'll have to wrap this up in a minute because you have to get back to work. But yeah, getting married in
We're
a
getting
few
married
months.
soon.
In a few months, and
Soon.
it's very exciting.
It's very exciting. Woo!
I'm ready for it to be over so life can slow down a little bit. It's been so stressful. Just
I'm
trying
not
to
ready
plan
for it to be over
everything.
with. I'm ready for the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I'm ready for the leading up to the day to be done with.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the day.
I just feel like with everything that happened with you moving here and then that whole year, your first year, 2023, my dad was down for the count. Couldn't work, so I had to run everything the entire year. And he was thankfully kicked out in 2. But it was stressful. So and then now we're planning the wedding right after. So it's just been
There's been a lot.
yeah, it's been a crazy 2 years. It's been fun, a lot of great memories.
Yeah.
But very exciting.
Ready to.
We'll always find something to do though.
We will never. Every time we said, "Hey, we have nothing to do for the next 2 months. Isn't that so nice?" What do? We're gonna go here. We're gonna go there. We're gonna do this. We have time to do this. We can go to this concert. We can travel to here. We can do this.
We have fun though.
No, we have a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can rest when you're dead.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us for this week's episode.
I got the joke. Thank you.
Oh, you mean-
Thank you.
Let's do the same thing Tony Hinchcliffe does. We're gonna go.
Oh, does he really?
You've never seen that? You've never? I'm probably fast forward every time you watch it. He always comes out and he goes, "Are you guys ready for the best fucking night of your lives?" All right, guys. Well, y'all have a wonderful rest of the week, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.